So I have wire, speaker wire, that runs from the speakers, which are back here, through a hole back there that runs into the back seat and comes out under the back seat in here, and then goes under the carpet and all the way up to here, and comes out of the carpet and then up to the back of the radio. Now that wire needs to go, but I need the new wire to go in the same place where it's at. So what I've done back here is I've taped 2 strands, one for each speaker, to this wire. I'm going to attempt to pull this wire through that hole, under that seat, under that carpet, all the way up to the front there. So we'll see if that can be made to happen. Oh, so we got that to go. So now I'll stretch this cable out back here. See, this goes up under the carpet. I'm going to go up here. Are wires as they come through here, see, right there. Now, if I was able to pull these through, I may wind up having to take the door plates off, and that one doesn't connect to anything. So we got this one, which is moving a little. That may be one. We got this one, which is moving a little. Let's look at the back seat and see what's moving. Wouldn't it be lovely if I could get that to come all up under there and bring that other wire with it? Well, that is the right wire. That's the wire that's connected to that wire that I taped to the other end of it. So, moment of truth here. See if it comes under the seat. The wire is moving under the seat. So far, so good. To get it to make these turns is more difficult. Hey, look at this. That's the wire right there that I need to go up to the radio. So I have successfully pulled that all the way through. And this other wire here I can just cut off and leave in there because it's not needed. So that, my friends, is success. Let's trim this wire off and we'll just leave it on the floor there. Get it out of the way. So now I've got this wire here. This will be what comes up to the radio. And it goes back to the speakers. So I should be able to run it up in there somewhere out of the way and bring it out through this radio hole right here. This one here goes to the speaker in the dash. Okay. Now, got my wires here. These two wires go to the two speakers in the back. And these two wires go to the speaker in the front. I've got 4 sets of speaker wires. I've only got 3 speakers. I have in the past connected 2 speaker wires to 1 speaker. I don't know if I need to do that because I don't know how much it really matters on a radio like this. I also have an option if I wanted to put an additional speaker up here somewhere. I could put one up under the dash or something. But either way, we're going to have music in here in a little bit. What I'm going to do next is wire all these wires to these wires, and then I'll go back in the back here and I'll wire these wires to those speakers, and then we can close it up and have music, and then I can wash the car and wash the windows and get it ready for the parade tomorrow. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Wires to here, and then I followed the diagram in the book for the left rear speaker, and it was the green wire, so I hooked that here, and there you go. So now I'll just follow the diagram and do the next one. He planned a lot of pleasure along the way. I don't know if I have volume on it. Well, I'm sure I got a volume. I just don't know what that is. Let's see if we can turn that down. And then all right, so the purple is the right rear speaker, so that would be this wire. So we'll go ahead and hook this one up, and then I can go in the back, crawl over in the back of the car, and do that one. And here's the purple one right here. Now, I don't have this one hooked up in the trunk yet, but I can do that pretty quick. So I'm going to turn that off, crawl over in the back, and put that next wire in connection back there. That's 2 speakers hooked up. Now I'm going to hook this front speaker to the front, either the gray or the white. I think I'm going to go ahead and splash a little tape onto here. And I'm going to be about ready to shove all this back in the dash here in about a minute. And then I've got my dash speaker here, and then we'll turn it on, see what that sounds like.
People closest to us cause the most hurt. For some, it means a painful separation. For others, it's another hurdle to overcome. But the reality is, we often hurt the ones we love, and we need to forgive. It's a choice we have to make again and again, sometimes daily. Life is messy, but in God's family, we've all experienced hurt, and we all need.
Get a better station, maybe.
The mom the baddest thing around and she already know it. I pointed at.
I can't handle that.
Five or lower is a quad one game for you when you're playing on the road. So this is a quad one game now, and it's going to be a quad one game at the end of the season. So you only have a certain amount of opportunities. And Clemson's next 3 games after this.
So I don't hear that front speaker, so I'm gonna. For some reason, my front speaker's not playing now. Probably what happened is that wire that runs up in the dash to that one is come unplugged, but I can't see it. Maybe I can follow it in my hand up in here. It was working earlier. Oh, I can't get to it now. I may just have to do without it for a while. I need me a CD. I need me some Buddy Holly. There it is right there. I can't leave that in there long. Buddy Holly's music is heavily protected. What I mean by that is there's a lot of copyright protection on a lot of music, and some of it is very carefully, some of it is kind of not paid too much attention to. Some of it is very carefully followed. Buddy Holly's music is almost always carefully followed. If you notice, if you hear much Buddy Holly music, it's always going to be because someone's paid to listen to it. So, what do I have here? Equalizer. DXL volume. I don't know what to make of that. Not that speaker not working. I may just hook it in here to a couple of these wires and just leave it and come back to it later. I guess probably because I'm not in the mood to spend all day tracking down exactly why that ain't working. But what I can do is just wire it in there. It may be that there's a setting on the radio that I've adjusted that's cut off the front speaker, and the reason I can't hear it is because of that. So, but this ain't the only thing I want to do today, so I'm just gonna wire that front speaker to the white wire, and then we'll clean everything up, put the tools away. I may have mentioned we're going to be in a parade tomorrow with this car, and I want to wash the windows and stuff like that. So I'm going to vacuum out. I got all these little wire pieces on the floor where I've been skinning this wire and dropping the pieces of it down in the floorboards. So I got a good bit of cleaning up to do. So I'll do that just to move me on from where I'm at for the moment, and then I'll come another day. I may come back, and that speaker was working, and somehow, and it may have been from pulling on the wire, but somehow it's not working. It may have pulled the wire loose, and it's located up under the dash in such a way that I can't see where it connects, and I can't get my hand up in there. So yeah, we might have to do something else with that later on. But for today, I'll just stick these 2 wires to these 2 wires here. and stick the whole thing back in the dash. And then another day I might come back and revisit if I want to. I mean, it may be that I'm good enough. You know, I've never been hugely into radio anyway, so it's not a huge big thing for me. There's a white one and there's a white one. Put those two together. Throw a little tape on there and then we'll start cleaning things up here. I've got another radio over that somebody gave me, and the other day I got it working a little bit and I stuck my Patsy Cline tape in there and then it wouldn't give it back. And I thought about dismantling the radio to get it out, and I thought, well, I went online and looked, and you know, for $8 I could get a fitting to fit the plug wire into the back of it the way it's supposed to go. So I just decided, rather than destroy the radio, I'd do that, and then I'd at least have that radio if I wanted it to use for anything. Anthony's been a little bit helpful. He sent me some links for some different places where I could get radio plugs, wiring things. This goes back on that. Just slips right on there. This just goes right down in